Well, welcome to today's Author Spotlight. I'm so excited to have a co-author with me today, Jana Pollard. And she and I will be, you saw she waved her hand, so she and I will be giving you some updates about unlocking your leadership, achieve success, and change organizations. And we have a third co-author, Bernadette Spencer. We will share her contact information at the end of our time together. So you can contact us at any time. If you have questions, if you've picked up a book already, and you have certain questions you want to ask us about, maybe a particular chapter, etc., etc. We're open to that. But we thought today would be good knowing that we're in Women's History Month. And I like to tell people every day we have the opportunity to continue to make history. So we made history by writing and publishing the first book by Growing Perspectives on leadership. So we're ecstatic to share more about unlocking your leadership with others. There's a picture on the screen that you see. This is coming where we highlighted our actual book launch, and that was in June of last year. So it's kind of weird to think that in 3 months we would hit a year already. So things have moved very quickly. So today we just want to give you some highlights about what you can expect when you pick up a copy of Unlocking Your Leadership. We also want to give you some highlights of our leadership journey, and then we'll just talk about the writing process a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up with how you can stay in touch with us. But before we dive in really deeper, I'd like for each of us just to give a quick highlight about our backgrounds, and I'm going to ask Jana to start things off, and then I'll go second.
Sure. Thank you, Kaisha. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Jana Pollard, and I am the owner and founder of Exclusive Pollard Entity. It is a consulting services. I partner with manufacturers, mostly Fortune 500 companies, and work on continuous improvement, fractional leadership positions, and just anything that fits within my realm of expertise. I've enjoyed being the founder and CEO of the organization. I enjoyed writing and launching this book, and it's right up the alley that I have related to leadership. And so, looking forward to sharing more as we continue with this chat.
Awesome, Jana. And I'm Kaisha McCrea. I'm the CEO and founder of Growing Perspectives Career Consulting Company. We are a career and consulting firm. We specialize in leadership coaching, executive coaching, as well as career coaching and leadership development to support individuals, teams, and groups to grow and thrive. We're located in Central Virginia and we service clients across the U.S. And prior to starting Growing Perspectives, I spent several years in corporate America. And that's where I met Jana. You know, both of us, we were in the DuPont company. So we bring that level of expertise with us as we are in this next stage in our careers. And we give you a little snapshot of different examples during our leadership journey in our book, Unlocking Your Leadership. So we have a few questions that are already written down. So we're going to just look over some of those. And then if you're listening to this recording, if you hear something that you think you want more information on, just simply respond. You can just send us a message or you can email us directly. Or you can visit Growing Perspectives website and email us there. So the first question I have, and for John, and then I will answer the same question is, what are some of the key takeaways that you want readers to leave with after reading our book, Unlocking Your Leadership?
I would love if readers left with just a different perspective of how to go through their day and make decisions. And so, even though sometimes people think, well, I'm not a leader, I don't have direct reports, we're all leaders in our own respects. And so, just reading through the different stories that I've shared, or the tips that Kaisha or Bernadette has in the store in the book, just giving you a different perspective of how to manage through different situations, whether they're difficult or even the easy ones. Just trying a different way of managing through, so that at the end of the day, you can be successful within your organization or your place of business.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And then I would add to it, I also want people to, and readers to walk away with a feeling of, you're not alone. Sometimes we might have experiences or situations where we think, oh my gosh, am I the only person that experienced that?
Mhm.
We want you to know that no, you are not the only person that may have experienced that. So we hope that our examples will be helpful where you can hear it from another person's perspective and how they manage that situation and that they experience that situation and that leadership is a journey and it can be managed. And the book does provide different tips and insights to support you to be able to navigate, advance, and excel and be successful as a leader. So, those would be the things that I would want readers to take away with or from our book. And to Jana's point, sometimes people might not see themselves as leaders. And I want to echo what she said that we all can lead. And I used to hear that a lot. No matter where we all have the opportunity to lead. And it does not take a title to lead. And so we really want you to remember that as you're reading this book as well. So, Jana, we talked about, what we want readers to leave with.
Mhm.
But tell us a little sneak peek. We don't want to give too much information because we want them
Yes,
to grab the book, grab
exactly.
a copy. But if you had to share a highlight from any of the chapters, what highlight would you like to share? From one of the chapters you wrote, or just a little sneak peek into an experience that you've had as a leader?
Yeah. So the one situation that I think that would be interesting for people to read about in the book is when I was challenged with a logistics issue, and there was a impasse that was had between female employees and their male bosses. And so it was an interesting dynamic. I won't share too much because